Let's be honest, AI looks fake. And this is why you just don't want to use it, or your client doesn't want to use it. And this is perfectly reasonable because you want to avoid damaging the brand's reputation. But what if I told you there's a way of making AI look absolutely real and crisp enough that it becomes indistinguishable from real footage? I will show you in this video some tips and tricks on how to achieve this, showcasing which AI models are the best and which wording to use in our prompts to obtain the best results. Once again, whether you're a creative and want to implement AI to your client's business, or if you own a brand yourself and want to gain awareness on this topic, this video will show you exactly how to achieve that. Let's start with what's the best AI model for realism. I asked 4 different models to generate images of the following subjects: an intense father and son confrontation, a studio photograph of a girl, and a World War I scene. For each generation, I started with a generic prompt. I refined it by adding more instructions such as camera positioning and lighting. I then asked ChatGPT to provide a third, extremely detailed prompt, shot with which camera lens, adding keywords such as cinematic, ultra detailed, character positioning, and so on. Take a look at this scene, a tense moment between a son and a father. Hicksfield's Soul provided a very realistic result. For Seedream, it looks very fake and plastic. Midjourney is somewhat of a weird case because although it's the model that manages lighting and cinematic looks the best, it's not at all precise with the instructions that we give. Look at this, I generated 10 stone images specifying I wanted the father to be in his mid-60s. In most of them he looks way past his 70s. So which model is the best? By far it is Nano Banana Pro. It is extremely accurate in following our prompt. Look at how it nailed the lighting, the looks and positioning of the characters. It even added simple but interesting details as the ring. Then we have these model shots, a girl in a red sweater wearing a dolphin necklace, studio photography. What I love about Nano Banana, which even in this case is my winner by the way, is that it is very good at generating characters that don't look too much like divine models. It's much more realistic and down to earth. Seedream is still very plastic and also too literal. Like, I know I wrote blue eyes, but yeah. Something it did well though is it nailed the dolphin necklace that I inserted in the prompt, and this is something that the other models failed to apply. Nano Banana nailed everything. Necklace, the model, the natural features, lighting and overall composition. Now for this war scene, once again Nano Banana is the winner. Midjourney gives beautiful but mostly unusual results as it doesn't follow the prompt accurately. Seedream once again has this weird CGI look, almost looking like a video game, as for Soul 2 in this case. What I found overall with the results is that it doesn't seem like there's such a big difference between a shorter prompt and a longer, highly detailed one. Most of the times the model knows where the idea of the user is going without having to be overly accurate about it. Sometimes the results actually worsen with the ultra detailed prompt compared to the normal ones. Take a look at what happened here with Seedream. It added a new character that I haven't asked for. This is likely due to some kind of information overload that stresses the model to more likely make mistakes. So, if you want extreme realism and accuracy in following our prompt, Nano Banana Pro is the ultimate winner. Now let me show you how you can use this model to increase the realism even further. Midjourney has this typical AI fake look that makes all photos look way too perfect. So if we want to increase the realism of such scenes, simply attach your image to Nano Banana and say, make this look ultra detailed, highlighting imperfections, natural skin, visible pores. Final result should look like a real photograph. Now as you can see, I ran different attempts to improve the image further and it wasn't showing relevant changes. So I tried this simple trick of asking to swap the setup to a white studio room. Look at the results we got. This is very solid improvements from the first generation that we got with Midjourney. Something else you can do is to attach your image on ChatGPT and ask it to judge whether the picture is AI or real. You will get valuable insights on what suggests the image is AI, problems such as wrong lighting and shadow direction, skin which is too perfect, wrong proportions. Once these inconsistencies are detected, ask ChatGPT to provide a prompt to fix them. You can run this prompt on Nano Banana and see whether your image improves in realism. In this case, for the father and son scene, it looks like the major change is the weight of the lighting. It increased the brightness to give more of a real-life documentary look. It's an interesting take on how to make it look more real, so you can experiment a lot with this. Now we talked about image generation, let's move on to videos. I tried to get some action going by generating this small tennis rally scene. Let's have a look at the results. Yeah, so you probably perceived all the hype about these new models, Kling 3.0, Seedance 2.0, they give crazy good results, and it is true in part, especially for dialogues. Have a look at this brief scene that I generated with Kling 3.0 out of a close-up of the father and son scene.
If you hope you can find your peace by blaming me, go ahead. You did this to yourself.
You can feel the emotion in every subtle facial expression, the nose movements, the change of tone, the rage in his eyes. For this video I also ran many tests using short, medium and long prompts. The results, I have to say, don't change much compared to the simple wording prompts.
If you hope you can find your peace by blaming me, go ahead. You did this to yourself.
Physics in videos work well for generic chaotic contexts where there's enough distracting elements for the viewer to not notice inconsistencies. But once we try to generate a very complex, precise set of movements, such as coherent ball speed, body movements, positioning, it is very hard to produce something decent. I did see some videos of very cool sporty scenes around social media. Let me know in the comments how you think these people managed to get such shots and how they design the prompts. So instead of me pretending I know what I'm talking about when it comes to video realism, I will just give you my down-to-earth conclusion that video is very good now for camera movements, simple character movements, dialogues, simple effects aka water physics, fire and light changes, and simple animations. Video, in my view, is still not quite there with complex ideas involving multiple elements interacting with each other. Also for sound effects and voice consistency, it still needs a little bit of improvements. But this is the situation in February 2026, I'm sure we will get amazing progress in the next few months. So I hope this gave you interesting insights on how to make AI look real. I will be posting about this kind of videos in the future. Make sure to subscribe to remain updated on that.